Good evening, everybody. We got here another Age of Empires 1v1 Pro matchup. We have a good game here between Vivi and ACCM. Let's get right into it. So in the blue, we do have ACCM. He is playing as the Mayans, obviously having that starting villager bonus. And then in the red, we do have Vivi. He is playing as the Mongols with the hunt bonus. So both of them having good starting bonuses. Obviously both top tier civilizations and have been top tier civilizations for quite a while. As far as the maps go, the players are actually very close to one another, both sitting on the same edge of the map. And look at this. Just because of the scouting of ACCM, he is able to catch 2 of the geese of Vivi. That will make a huge impact. Obviously, not wanting to be down 200 food to start off, then when you are playing as the Mongols, you do get that hunt bonus, so likely will see some Ibex pushed in from Vivi, but still not ideal for his situation right now. Taking a look at the maps, fairly wallable for Vivi, pretty open on the sides, but he is also losing a boar. Boar being stolen, playing against the Mongols, that is huge. Obviously, relying on the hunt, this already has put ACCM so far ahead. Able to steal the boar. He's got 2 boars sitting at home. He will be bringing one in very shortly. Nope, he decides against it as he wants to make sure that he gets this boar that was taken originally from Vivi. Vivi in a very bad spot right now. Very far behind already. And here we go. First boar getting lured in. Second one will be lured in shortly. And the eagle healing up inside the town center. Of course, that being a huge advantage of these civilizations. They can heal up in the town center. Obviously, the eagles being slightly stronger than the scouts early game. There we go, 2 boars in right now, and splitting up the villagers so that they collect from both. Of course, each boar being worth 340 food, so he has got 340 plus the 200. That is enough to click up to feudal age just from stolen food. Huge play right now from ACCM, and Vivi will be on the back foot. Let's see how he can respond to this and react appropriately. When looking at Vivi's fog of war, he is still scouting around, thinking he might be able to find those missing food animals, but he's having to push in the deer in the meantime just to be safe. We'll likely see some farms going up pretty early, maybe a couple extra villagers on berries to begin with. But already he is out of food, has idols sitting underneath the town center, and he will have to collect the geese as quickly as possible as he pushes in the last Ibex. Taking a quick look at the food counts, ACCM with a 200 food lead right now, that being massive at this point in time, and that will only grow as the Mongol player unable to collect that hunt advantage and will have to build farms shortly. In the meantime, we do see the 3rd boar has been taken in by ACCM, and he is starting to wall off his map. Taking a look at his map, it is fairly closed off along this side, able to, with this front wall, able to direct most traffic over to the sides. He does have 1 goat sitting out here I think he might have forgotten about, but very open on this other side. He will want to wall in towards his town center, definitely, just to add that little bit of extra protection. We will likely see that he will be going for archers in the feudal age, and he is actually slower up to feudal age than Vivi, but he has a 2 villager lead, and he has a big economic lead. Look at all of these geese still underneath the town center, still not taken in. That is 5 geese plus this one that's sitting way out here. and Vivi already having to drop farms at the same time. So militia coming forward for the Mayan player. Interesting. I don't know if he necessarily needed a drush at this point in time, but it's always good to add just that little bit of protection, a little bit of aggression when you know that militia are going to be coming up against you. It does allow you to safely engage and weaken the militia. Obviously, the eagle being slightly stronger than a regular scout, but still weakened, unable to fully heal up in the town center. And ACCM deciding to go forward with his militia rather than defend back at home, but this might prove to be a mistake. The militia are in his gold line. Vivi able to get out, block in this villager. He gets a Vil kill, and he is already at man-at-arms. Man-at-arms, of course, being very formidable, but an archery range going up. He will be able to protect his economy currently as soon as a couple archers come out, and let's see if he can do any damage in Vivi's base. Vivi going for archers as well to begin with. But this scout scaring away any possibility of movement. Villagers trying to collect gold as much as possible. Not enough gold to make an archer. Fantastic there. And on the berries of Vivi, he loses a villager as well. Both players losing a villager to the drush or man-at-arms rush that came after. And town center able to weaken these slightly, but safely walled in berries for now. And every time they walk underneath that town center, that is just a little bit more damage being done. An archer now coming forward for Vivi, and nothing in defense right now for ACCM. I think he's at a point where he's needing to put skirmishers out just to be safe. These villagers are losing HP fast with just this one archer. Surely another one on the way. And the villagers deciding to run. A skirm is out, but unable to do too much damage as of yet. Still vastly outnumbered. And I would likely see a couple more skirmishers. They will be able to push back, but attacking the scout, unable to do too much damage right now. The archer is really the main priority. Blacksmith coming forward. We will see fletching coming out right away. That will improve the range as well as the attack of these skirms. And once he gets to a good mass, he will be able to push back this drush. Even just taking out that one weak man-at-arms would make a big impact on protecting his palisades. But a bit caught out here. Ooh, standing ground. ACCM, big mistake, falling to the scout. Loses immediately a skirmisher, but he has now an archer. He is collecting gold, so he has the ability to create archers as well as skirms to mix in. That will fight back this army. But he is completely outmassed when it comes to military. That one man-at-arms that was weakened does go down. The scout is getting targeted, able to get one or two quick shots, and the man-at-arms just soaking up arrow fire right now. Skirmishers obviously not very strong against the man-at-arms. But bad micro currently for ACCM, losing a lot of military unnecessarily, losing villagers on the berries, and more villagers will continue to go down. Another one falls, and suddenly Vivi has the villager lead, and it's looking like his economy after that horrible start is looking a lot stronger, a lot less wasted time, and that shows the aggression, how quickly the aggression can switch around a game. Having to put up a watchtower now, ACCM, it's very unideal, especially playing as the Mayans. You don't want to be dropping towers. You want to be saving up that stone for when you eventually drop a castle, or even just booming with town centers. 4 skirmishers will be enough to push back this military of 4 archers and 1 skirmisher. But with the hill advantage, they are able to engage. Right now, ACCM just buying time to get this tower up. Not rushing it too much, only 1 villager pushing at it to go up. but a 2 villager lead right now for Vivi, who is coming forward. We'll see exactly what he decides to drop. And it is a tower forward. I'm not a huge fan of that tower. Good, he decides to place it elsewhere. Placing it here, that will be able to range the gold eventually. But it will also just buy him some space and map control. Now, of course, Vivi unable to get in close to the gold and the berries. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw eventually ACCM walling here and going to this back gold and back stone, because this gold will not be protected for very long. Once Castle Age upgrades get in, we get the extra range. It will be able to range this gold eventually. Just doing a quick hop, but decides against it, and smartly ACCM placing his military on the side, knows that Vivi's going to be coming around on the other side. See if Vivi can do any more damage than he already has. And this wood line is very open, and that is the only wood line. Vivi decides to turn around rather than engage there. But the Eagle Scout able to do damage, able to get in close. Skirmishers obviously being so weak against Eagles. And the tower will go down. Military going down as well. See if these villagers can stay alive. Obviously engaging in close to the skirmishers. That does cause a big impact. But we have villagers on either side fighting to get some space. And it looks like there will be a little bit of a switch into Eagles for ACCM. He is getting the first armor upgrade. And just a couple of Eagles. This one here, look at the damage that has been able to do. Villagers and skirmishers unable to do anything against Eagles and skirms and the villagers as well. Another Eagle coming out will be pushing forward. And finally, ACCM has some breathing space, able to improve his economy and work on growing out his lead. Skirmishers right now for Vivi being virtually ineffective, just due to the fact that the Eagles do get in close and they are able to outrun and hit and run. But a scout coming out in response from the Mongol player. Scouts obviously doing the same sort of damage as an Eagle Scout, with the sense that the Scout will be able to negate any skirmishers, but they also have the speed advantage. Scout's able to run just so much faster and able to catch up from any running villagers or military. And the Eagle Scouts are in close. This Scout deciding to engage, and we do see archers will stay up for now. This tower will go up now, not denied. But it has balanced out the idle time now, as ACCM is trying to balance out his economy in the back, and Vivi looking to improve his own on the front. Both have been forced to place towers, and now we see 2 barrack production of Eagles, as well as a market going up. We will hopefully see one of these players into the Castle Age, and as I mentioned that, ACCM has clicked up to the Castle Age. And Castle Age Eagles will be able to do huge damage as a second town center being forced up for Vivi. Will this villager go down? She does.
Shot it.
This tower will go up. That will protect the wood as well as this stone in the back. And in the meantime, we do see 3 scouts as well as 4 archers coming forward for Vivi. These scouts and archers will be able to do quite a bit of damage with the entire army of ACCM forward. Let's see if they can break through this palisade before ACCM can properly react. And we do see ACCM. He is trying to wall up behind, protecting this wood line as much as possible. Multiple barracks, 3 now for ACCM. He's got the economy to back it up, and he is just pressuring the mill and keeping sure that Vivi doesn't have any breathing space. He has safely walled up behind, but these walls will only protect for so long if Vivi decides to go forward. Market is going up as well for Vivi. He will look to buy his way into the next age, and right away we see him buy and click up. Castle age right now will be enough to push back this military. Engaging before the Eagle Warrior upgrade can come in, but it doesn't matter because they are already so much stronger. And with the other upgrades that are coming in, extra armor, the natural Eagle Warrior upgrade, as well as tracking to get that extra speed, this will make a big advantage. And this military over in the back of Vivi's base is pushing even more. I thought for a moment Vivi might have been able to push back after the horribly unlucky start that he had, but ACCM has completely dominated this later half of Feudal Age and into early Castle. A couple of knights will likely come out from Vivi once he is able to get up to the next age, but he will need quite a few knights to engage with the number of eagles that are forward in his base. And his economy right now getting completely decimated as eagles and skirms are all over the place. It is looking like it is close to the end. Both players on 45 villagers, but unable to see a huge swing coming in for Vivi anytime soon. Both these teams, such strong units that can come out from both of these civilizations, but the swarm of eagles is something that everyone hates to see in their base because the eagle is so resistant to the arrow fire. Such a perfect raiding unit. Villagers dropping like flies, and we now have a 4 villager lead. For ACCM, knights are coming out. A tower is protecting this castle that will go up as long as it is safely walled in, which it is. And so this castle will go up, and we would likely see Mangadai coming out, but Mangadai of course not being as strong against eagles as the knights. Militarily, 23 military for ACCM, only 4 currently for Vivi, and we see that the Vil count is completely rising, lots of Vil picks, but able to take out a couple of units for free with the town center and the castle. But look at the idle time that has been spent by Vivi. These eagles just completely destroying the economy, running around in every area, every direction, and still able to do damage. A second town center is going up now for Vivi as he moves forward to try to attack, but he will run into monks. Nothing he can do right now as the second TC is already up in the back of ACCM's base. See if he can pick off any of these monks. He will get one, and then likely, yes, does lose a knight, and that is massive. One Mangadai already out, but I think it might be too little too late as his wood line is chaos, his stone is destroyed. And just a mess of an economy right now for Vivi. The Mangadai trying to hit and run as they are designed to do, but unable to really get too much off before the eagles mass up. I believe at this point in time, with the villager lead, with the military lead, it is the beginning of the end for Vivi. I would expect to see pretty quickly here a GG. ACCM, of course, having that massive advantage in the Dark Age with the extra food income that was able to give him such a big lead that Vivi never really stood a chance to get back. That aggression early on did swing it slightly, but already we are seeing the third town center of ACCM go up, and I believe he will continue to press his boom. He is slowed down with his eagle production as he's looking instead to just go with monk defense. But this many eagles is no joke. 31 military right now. The Mangudai able to do quite a bit of damage on small numbers, but unable to really get in close, and with elite skirmishers backing up the military of ACCM, they will not be able to do any damage. 7 Mangudai against 7 skirmishers and a few eagles. Mangudai don't stand a chance, and here we have once again raiding from the eagles. I think we're getting to a point where Vivi is running out of options. Mangudai being such a strong unit late game, but I don't think that they will be able to get to the necessary upgrades in order to do the damage necessary. He is trying to loop around, do some damage on the wood lines, but smartly, ACCM has already walled off with house walls. He will be able to take out this palisade very quickly. But nothing in the way of defense for Vivi at home. He has a castle protecting one side, but eagles running around underneath the towers for fire on the other side, and just consistent idle time from Vivi's villagers. 20 villager lead for ACCM right now, and we also see a big military lead, and skirmishers, much easier to be losing skirmishers than losing Mangudai. Skirmishers can be replaced for cheap. They can also be replaced from the archery range rather than the castle. Only the one castle for Vivi. And still only 2 TCs, 1 extra town center is all that Vivi has, and the GG is called. That will do it. Taking a quick look at the statistics. No surprises here. Militarily, ACCM had the huge advantage, and it all stemmed from that beginning push to get the boar steel, get the extra geese. Lucky for ACCM, but also great play and great way of reading the map. Overall, fantastic game.